Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Subject Matter. I'm your host, Stephen Jenkins, not here with your co-host, Mr. Jonathan Dayton, or special guest, Emmy Wilson. They already recorded their parts. This is part 2 of the episode that we released 2 weeks ago, where Emmy Wilson told us all about the things that scare her, or mildly inconvenience her. I don't remember exactly what it was. Anyway, this episode is going to contain a couple more of them, and then she's going to tell us about all the things that she finds to be magical. And that's what we got for this episode. Please enjoy. Roll the intro.
Blankets with a lot of dog hair on them.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
That's like
if
somebody likes that, they're kind of weird because that's it makes
Just
you
anything with a lot of dog
hair on it in general.
That's true. This is kind of going off of lasagna, but crusty / dried out cheese. Now, I'm not a big cheese person, but never in my life am I gonna like eat a crusty layer of cheese off of a zucchini. Wait, I mean a linguine. Wait.
Zucchini
Wait,
cheese. Zucchini
what's
cheese.
that dish with noodles? Is that a linguine? Wait.
Linguine, spaghetti.
Ziti, big ziti.
Ziti, that's it.
Oh, we've got it.
It's ziti. Yeah, so when you bake ziti, not linguine.
Zucchini. We all know that classic Italian dish, zucchini
With cheese.
zucchini with cheese.
Yeah, so, and you get some ziti out of the oven, and the cheese is crusted on top. Oh, I can't do it. I'm the type of person.
Any crusty Italian
she doesn't
dish.
like no crusty
No,
Italian
because
dishes.
I'm gonna leave the top layer on there because it's crusty enough. It'll hold up.
Yeah.
I'm scooping it out, putting it on my plate. I'm leaving the crusted cheese for somebody else.
I'll take I like the crusty cheese.
You like the
I
crusty
like the
cheese?
crispy.
Crispy cheese.
dark
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
They have cheese chips in the store now, crusty cheese chips in the store.
It's like the people that like the burnt cheese
it's
hits.
basically that's what
I
it
don't
is.
like them. I don't like them.
Now, what do you
Now,
guess?
here's the question though. Which is worse, the lasagna
Yeah,
or
with
the
the
ziti?
ziti.
You're being served one and you have to eat the crust.
Ziti, zucchini.
You have to eat some of the crustage.
Crusted.
Oh.
New word.
Which one are you choosing? Which is
Well,
the
that's
lesser of two
hard
evils?
because I like ziti more than lasagna.
Okay.
But I think I'd rather eat a crusty noodle than a crusty cheese. So
So on lasagna, it's the noodles specifically.
yeah,
Okay.
Ziti, it's the cheese.
/ cheese. But if we're talking about the big specifics, then yeah, ugh.
That's.
It's kind of freaks me out.
Do we have any other Italian dishes on this list? That's what
I think that's all.
okay.
Okay, this one might take you guys back a couple years. I'm just kidding, you're not old. But this happened today in one of my classes when there's a long silence or long pause after a professor asks us a question. And nobody answers. And everyone's keeping their head down, me included, because I never know the answer. So I would love to kill the awkward silence, but I'm not about to expose myself or sound dumb for no reason. So I'm also keeping my head down. But when the professor's starts to make comments and is like, "You guys are really quiet today." I was like, "Yeah, we're clearly." Or it's one of those comments "Really, nobody knows? We just went over this on Monday." No, I'm not answering. Other people aren't answering.
First, when that question happens, there's always someone in the class that knows.
Sure.
Always someone.
100%.
Always a smart person in the class.
Somebody
that knows
doesn't
the
want to be the
answer.
person.
It may
who
not
knows
be
it,
me,
though.
but
The majority of the class just doesn't want me called on because they're afraid they're going to get it wrong if they do.
that's
answer.
true.
And it's part of the class that absolutely is not paying attention whatsoever and doesn't know the answer, doesn't want to be called on.
Yeah.
So I can see where that could be an ick.
It's awkward for everybody. it's like humbling for the professor, and then it's awkward for all the students, and then I'm too scared to look up. I don't even make eye contact with the professor or the students. I'm acting like I'm writing down a whole like Bible right there, like long notes right there.
Yeah,
I was a professor though. I would pick the student.
You would?
Oh, absolutely.
I always feel awkward in those scenarios because I've been the person in front teaching.
Oh yeah.
Or just speaking in general, and I ask the question, nobody answers, and I'm like, okay, is this on me? Is this on them? Am I a bad teacher? Do they not know it? Is this just because nobody wants to, like, I don't know what it is. So then I feel awkward for the teacher whenever I'm the one sitting there because it's like, I feel bad for this person. And honestly, half the time, I'm the one that knows the answer, and I just don't want to answer because it's like, I answered the last 5 questions.
My senior, do you know that I was a student assistant my senior year at Crawford State?
Congratulations.
It wasn't really congratulations, but I had like a whole auditorium of freshmen that I taught, general psych 2, and I would teach up there, and like it annoyed me as a professor, not what a professor, but annoying me as a student that no one paid attention, and sometimes you ask these questions and no one would answer. And I would pick them. I'd pick them on purpose. It's the quietest student in the entire class has their head down on their phone, usually on their phone nowadays.
Of course.
When windshield wipers are going too fast.
1000%. This out of all of them, this annoys me the most.
Really?
100%.
Right?
Either I will manually push my thing down with wipers, or I had to find the right setting where it's not too fast. It annoys me when people have it on like full blast.
Oh,
and
it's
not,
terrible.
either it's squeaking or not wiping anything at all.
I know.
So,
I know.
okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like, especially the past 2 days, it's been raining so much, and you see, like, a car's, like, passing me full speed. I'm like, I don't even have mine on. I'm like, I'll
do you
flip
turn
it manually.
off
Yeah.
like at a stoplight or like?
Wait, if I need to, yeah, I'll turn it off when I'm not feeling it. If I can't find the perfect setting, I'll do it myself because I'm not about to do that. A lot of times, I'll put it on like the first setting that's, I don't know, 10 seconds in between. By the 8th second, I can't see, but I'm going to hold it out those 2 more seconds. I refuse to go down another notch.
I agree. 100%.
Thank you. I refuse. So,
I guess I'm more like this than I thought.
Right?
Initially,
Yeah, see?
Because I guess I get more annoyed with the rain not being in a proper pace than I am the windshield. Because honestly, unless it's like downpouring, most of the time I'm like, none of these are perfect. I'm literally just gonna flick it myself.
when the
I do
time
that
is
for
right.
myself.
When the time is right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The reason I
100%.
laugh when you said it though is because it was almost 2 years ago at this point. I had posted it was like snowing in April, and I was driving and I was just posting myself listening to Christmas music in April because it was snowing again, and my windshield wipers were going, which I thought actually at that point was an appropriate pace, but you couldn't really see the snow on my windshield. And I got a text from you responding to that on my Snapchat story saying, "Goodness, Steven, turn your windshield wipers down. Like, they don't need to be on right now." And I was like, oh my gosh, I struck a nerve with my windshield speed.
I wouldn't call you out with that, but I can see.
It was the most random thing to get, like from Emmy specific. Like it's you wouldn't expect to get somebody talking about your windshield wipers anyway. But the fact that it was her, it's like,
Emmy.
I don't
Steven,
even remember doing that. But actually, maybe I
so
remember
funny.
you singing to Christmas song, so maybe it was like
I wasn't even singing. I was just
like German out.
it was literally just me going down my parents' driveway, filming the snow from my car. Maybe I had it on too high at that point. And just wasn't-
Apparently,
I just wasn't
Probably.
obviously.
paying
Enough for
attention.
me to slide up is kind of strong.
Yeah.
So that's
Fair enough.
crazy. Moving on to the second portion.
The second portion is things that you find to be magic or
Yeah.
magical or what?
It's
how did you word
magic.
it? It's magic.
It's magic. Starting off, traffic lights. Now,
Starting off strong here.
listen, I'm aware that probably somewhere there's like an operating system behind the
There
scenes.
is at every traffic light.
But who set that up? Who knows? Like, they don't mess up. They don't go off for power. They don't go off
They do go for power.
The ones in Crescent Town do. Yes, they certainly do.
they're all powered by electricity,
Okay.
and some of them are powered by camera. So there's a camera
And
Some
sensor, right? I feel like some of them
yes.
were censored.
Some people think that camera up top is like traffic camera to run a red light, you're going to get a ticket. Not all of them. So
I thought that.
when they sense you at the stoplight, they'll trigger the system to change the lights.
Oh.
Some of them are in the ground. So you pull up the stop sign, your weight of your vehicle on top of it triggers that someone's actually there.
I know, but that's magic. Who put that there?
Civil engineers.
But like when I've never, you know what I mean? Maybe that's the road work I'm seeing every day in Cumberland.
Not everywhere, but yeah, it's there. They've been there.
It's magic, Jonathan.
Before you were probably born.
That's how old they are.
Yeah, they're very old.
Really? So how are they still working then?
Because they're just maintained.
Yeah, but who maintains? So now I'm on her side. Like, who maintains them?
Yeah, like, but no one talks about it. Like, we just trust the traffic light.
Engineers?
How do they rip up the ground, or is there like?
Well, for those, they can go in and they can replace them. So if you ever go to a stoplight and you see like a little square cutout, like size of this rug, that's a sensor for your vehicle. Most of them are up here though. Most of them are on the traffic light itself.
Okay.
You'll see it. Pull up to the light, you see a little camera up there. You see a little white camera, a little square circle. There's a little red dot. When you pull off, the red dot will light up, and it tells the sensor box control panel that a car's there that need to switch cars. Or and some of them are just timed. Some of them are literally just timed.
I think they are.
I just never seen anybody like
Beside a stoplight,
lift the ground up.
No, beside a stoplight, you'll see a little box, like those little boxes.
Also,
That's
on
where
this,
the
have you guys ever seen that meme that's like, nobody was supposed to see this, a real traffic light size, and it was like a lady leaning on a huge traffic light? That's not true, right? Because like...
No, they're pretty big.
They're pretty big.
Wait, what?
They're pretty big.
But like, it's right there when I'm looking at them.
But they're like, let's say 25 feet away.
25 feet away?
From where you're sitting to the light, it's 15
I mean, like, feet. Yeah, like when you were a kid, I'm assuming we all had this because every child has had this. You always thought that like the dashed lines on the road were like way smaller than they actually were, and then when you saw them from the side view, they're like super big. It's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a myth. Moving on.
Does that make them even crazier? Like more magical?
Probably.
They're that big.
Okay. A lot of these, there's answers. To me, they're magic because it doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
Like this
That
one.
was not magic, no.
How bridges in/over water got there. Like. How?
Okay.
No. You're telling me somebody moved the water to build cement.
No. Your dad is an engineer, right?
I know. I did the exact same thing. No, they.
Look, I'll be honest. I've wondered this one too.
This is gonna be a civil engineer class. So first off, they make equipment now that can go down to the bottom of like a riverbed, and people go in and get depressurized, and they can walk down in the riverbed itself because the pressurized air is dry, so you can work underground in a dry environment. But they're concrete. They're concrete already made, so you can have big molds formed of pillars, and then have a drill the ground underneath the water while the water's still there, and then drop the concrete pillar into place, and then build up around it so it doesn't go anywhere. It's not like you're pouring concrete into the water for the set. It's already set concrete being put down.
But wouldn't it be a lot like sand or muddy for how would they put the concrete in there?
So they just drill. You can excavate
so
underground.
So scuba people doing this drill?
No, they
take a drill out
like an oil rig in the middle of the ocean. They drill down
in the middle of the ocean. They have a drill that big.
They have oil rigs that drill down hundreds of feet to get oil in the Gulf of Mexico. Same thing, same principle as a bridge. You can do just drills and drill wells in the middle of the.
Okay,
they get the drills there via.
There's the underground tunnels, like to go to like Virginia Beach or something.
Yeah.
You gotta go through the ocean underground.
Yeah.
How did they build that, and do they just push the water out of it to make it dry inside? Because that's magic.
I've never seen it being built, so I'm gonna let you take this one.
No, I'm not a civil engineer, so I don't know exactly how they built it, but they didn't build a rectangular one and say, okay, we're gonna place it in the middle of the day, and then we're gonna take a big backhoe and just push all the water out of it. That's not what happened.
Oh, okay.
The specifics of how they built that bridge.
Maybe I'll find a video.
I'm not a bridge engineer, so I don't know how they exactly built the tunnel.
We're gonna find a short video detailing how they built
it. But like any other tunnel, they're like through a mountain. I mean, they blast away and they dig away, and then put supports up, and they continue to build, put supports up until you have a tunnel through the mountain. Water, I get not a bridge engineer, so I have no idea.
I'm guessing that they would have just built it and then once it was out the other side, then they drained the water because those things have. I'm assuming those places have to have some sort of drainage. Yeah. Right? Because like if the water goes down in there, then it would stay. So they have to have some sort of drainage.
It's not just an underwater tunnel; it's a bridge and tunnel because it's bridge, tunnel, then it goes back up again.
Right. So even more
I don't know
magical.
exactly how.
It's magic.
That one's magical. We'll say it's magic.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
Witchcraft.
Now I have to explain myself a little bit with this one.
Wait.
How Groundhog Day works. Like what? No, listen. Ever since I was little, like somebody would be like, "Today's Groundhog Day. Like it's something about the weather. If we're gonna have a lot of snow, okay? Is it one groundhog that's lived for a long time? Is it like the weatherman? How does he see a shadow, and who's monitoring that?" And then now I've got a little bit more information because a couple days ago, I was up at my friend's house and their family was watching the movie Groundhog Day. And I didn't see the beginning, but I saw the movie of like he lives the same day of Groundhog Day over and over again. But it didn't teach me anything about how the day works. So
I don't know.
So the movie is completely separate from the day. I'll give you that much.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's a completely separate, fantastic movie. It's
not a
related.
fantastic
It
movie.
started as kind of like
Oh, it's 100%. Like Bill Murray. We're not going to debate Bill Murray because he's on my magic list.
Maybe
but
if I saw the beginning. Okay, don't look at
perhaps.
It has. I don't know the full story behind Puxatawny Phil, but there was a thing that happened with the groundhog, and it was kind of like a urban myth type of thing, and it kind of stuck, and obviously
like
it
urban
stuck.
magic.
Sure, urban magic. It stuck, and then
Urban something.
obviously that became the city that was named Puxatawny Phil, and other places replicated that across the country. Obviously, the groundhog, they have a lifespan, so I don't think the same groundhog.
He's not the
is
same
living
groundhog.
for that many
Do they
years.
choose a new one each year?
I believe so.
No, I don't think it's the new each year, but
Or-
once the one ages up, they get a new groundhog.
How, where does the groundhog come from? And how is it so special to
Probably a zoo or up there. I don't know. Probably a
So,
either caretaker.
like, it's magic, though, because who's behind the official groundhog shadow watching?
But it's that day. So like they bring their groundhog out that day and say, "Hey,
Whoever the
groundhog."
mayor of the
There
city
you
is,
go.
I think.
And is the sun shining? Is there a shadow? Oh, more winter. Oh, the sun's not shining.
not like
Oh,
that, you
no
said?
shadow.
It's not like that.
No, that's like
It
that.
is. So
Oh.
I think I think that the way I've always assumed that it worked is it's not actually about the groundhog. It's just they used him as this figure. to do it. So basically, it's if it's sunny on that particular day, then that means
More winter.
More winter. If
Cloud and no sun.
I assumed it had to do something with weather patterns that they track. Where on that particular day, if it's sunny, that means we're getting more winter. If it's that's what I
It
assumed.
is completely like a myth at that point.
It's
just
magic.
It's a magical. It's a
It's
magical
magic.
occurrence.
It's like the fuzzy worms. If you see, those little like
Yes.
the green or the
Yeah, they
green,
say-
orange and
Yeah,
Orange and
fuzzy
black.
worms. Magic.
It is magic.
Give us two more. I mean,
This is the last one.
okay.
Okay.
GPS. Like, who set that up? Like,
Well,
no, like, listen,
So
okay.
engineers again.
Where I feel like, see, what I don't understand is who is, like, mapping out each road or, like, even new areas or, like, how does GPS, like, know all the nearest gas stations? Like, I don't, like, who set all the GPS roads up everywhere? Like, the whole world has GPS.
Yeah. So the satellites that help do that, map that out. Maps have been around for hundreds of years, so they just gotten better over time. Like Google Earth. So have you ever seen those cars drive around that have big giant cameras on it?
No, but I think I've heard about
Yeah,
it.
they're like Google Earth. So like they just mapped out. They came by my house like in the last year or two, and that's how they get the street views on Google Earth. Yeah. So that it's not magic, but it's technology. I mean, the map's been around for hundreds of years. Each year it improves. Technology gets better. People get better drawings, and they just improved. And GPS is all computer based.
But it's just one of those things that all of us just trust it. Oh, I actually have another one that's
true. We trust it.
we
Listen,
unfortunately we do.
We do trust it.
Deny that.
another one. How gas stations work.
So Abby,
Engineer. Groundhog. engineer.
But like, I think there's something underneath the ground that's happening where the gas is coming out of.
Yeah, you're right.
But where is the gas coming from, and how is it getting to under
So
each
you
gas
see those-
station?
You ever see this
I can
giant-
take this one. If you
No,
want.
I got it. Okay, I got it. You know, it's funny. You're just like your sister, like a whole other educational class. So, okay, so big giant tanker trucks that drive the road. You ever see those trucks, like big sheets trucks? Yeah, that
round
carries,
ones.
that carries
Yeah.
fuel.
Okay.
They go to a gas station, and there's little tiny things on the ground when you run over, and the gas station make like a metal cha-ching when you run over a little bump.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Well, those are where they park, and they open them up, and they put the tube down in, and they fill the gas from the truck to the
Oh.
underground reservoir or tank. That tank then pumps into the pump that pumps your car. That fuel to get to that truck is from a refinery that the oil rigs in the Gulf of Mexico that drill down,
It's all coming together.
or from Saudi Arabia, come over on a boat, take the oil, refine it, and take fuel. Fuel goes in the truck. Truck goes to the gas station, goes into the tank, up to the pump, into your car, gets burnt into energy, and then your car goes through.
But so, this is coming from Mexico.
Out of all this, the question for them is,
some of
is it coming from Mexico? No, the Gulf of Mexico, Texas, Saudi Arabia.
Oh.
The
a
pipeline,
variety of places.
Alaska,
Oh.
variety
Oh,
of
okay.
places.
They could
But-
be coming from more places
but-
if the government.
But gas prices go up because of supply and demand. Places aren't providing
Okay,
it, so
I've
that's how
heard.
gas prices
Okay, an
fluctuate.
electric guitars.
Electric guitar.
electric guitar.
No, electric guitar.
Electric vehicles that like Teslas, you charge them. Where is that energy coming from?
The power,
Power
grid.
grid. Same as your house for like electric.
Oh,
and all
okay.
that.
So that's the same kind of energy. Like I plug my charger into the outlet.
Yeah, a whole lot more of it, but yes. Yeah.
It's the exact
same thing.
electricity is electricity.
Yeah.
It just depends where it comes from. Like if it comes from a power plant, it comes from the power grid. From the power plant, it comes from solar, comes from wind energy. Energy itself is all the exact same. It just where it comes from is different.
Okay.
Power your phone is the same as the power in that phone, and the power in those lights, and the power in that heater. It's the same electricity. The amount changes, but
And to clarify, the tanks that hold the gas kit there whenever the gas station is built.
Okay, because when you guys were saying on the trucks, the bag, I was like, how did they open up the ground that much? Or like,
big tanks. I mean, they're big tanks.
They just have like big giant tanks. And then
I know,
they
but I
just
was
get filled.
picturing like they opened up the ground and like placed the new tank in and took it out.
There's a hose. They put
Yeah.
a hose down in the
See, that
thing,
would make sense. That was smart. Whoever decided.
In each one of those little things, if you actually look at the gas station, you see those little tiny hubs that look like
It's like little, like
manhole
looks like
covers.
potholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're color coded because you know you have premium fuel, regular fuel, diesel fuel,
Oh, that's
and that's what they pull the
true.
truck up to and put down.
Oh,
in
you
the
better
pump.
not mess that up.
That's also why it's very dangerous for there to be a fire near a gas station because that'll light all of the fuel in the tank, like in those massive reservoirs. Now, not necessarily because they have safety precautions, but that is
Theoretically,
possible.
Theoretically, yes. And it's not the actual fuel that's an issue. It's the vapor and stuff that's an issue.
Well,
Fuel pumps have emergency shutoffs.
Yep.
People don't know that. You just pull a little thing either in the station or at the pump, and it shuts off all the.
They also have emergency cutoffs to not if somebody drives away with.
Yeah,
two-
you pull
fun fact.
the thing away from the pump,
Mhm.
the hose, and there's a tube that it kinks itself off magically. Magically, it shuts itself off.
Magic.
So, Jonathan,
I learned a lot tonight.
we learned so much.
I
we're
learned
gonna-
a lot too, actually.
I was very actually
Not-
very entertained
I
by
hope
the
that-
conversation tonight.
I hope that
Good.
that all the things that are magic to you remain magic to you, even though we've explained them to an extent.
Engineers
Hopefully.
do most of
And
it.
engineers mostly.
Maybe
mostly
engineers are magic.
I mean,
That
quite
Maybe my dad
possibly.
is magic.
Jonathan, to wrap up, give us one thing that freaks you out
Okay.
and one thing that is magic to you.
oh man, you start because
Okay.
I gotta think first.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to think of one thing that freaks me out.
Okay, freaks me out. I got one.
Okay.
So back to the shoe thing. So I love to go swimming and like love all that stuff, but I hate getting out of the pool and walking barefoot to like the shower room to get changed. Drives me nuts. But I also don't like putting my feet into sandals that are wet or even tennis shoes if you're out of town.
Yeah. Or like sandy feet. That was also on
Yep.
my.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. That's what that would be annoying.
Okay. For my thing that freaks me out, I was also I was gonna probably go with the sandy feet, but since you said that one, in a similar vein, it's whenever, no matter where it is, when you're like swimming in a pool or in the ocean or whatever, and it's that in between to when you're walking to get dry,
and then you get dry. Okay,
Oh.
because you're just soaked. You don't want to be soaked.
kinda
and you're
feel
like you're
exposed,
swimming.
too.
Yeah, you're you're
Yeah.
cold. Your swimming trunks are like they're just like sticking to you and all that. Don't like it.
Okay,
What's
magic
something that's magic?
calculators.
Calculators.
That is magic.
Okay.
I can see in my head and I understand why and how they work, but just in general, I mean, just type in numbers and you just boom gives you an answer. I'm impressed by that at least.
I in a very similar vein to you as well. Just computers in general, because I work with computers a lot. Okay, and I understand how, to an extent, how programming works.
Yeah.
I don't understand how they figured out, like how the first person to code something had to
Coding,
do something without any code. Like, how did they get metal
That's crazy.
to react to itself in a way that sent electric pulses through it that says, do this?
Engineers.
Engineers. Engineers
Magic.
are magic. That's the theme of the episode.
Magic.
So let us know in the comments, what is magic to you and what freaks you out? Let us know what you think about all of Emmy's freakouts and magic things. And let us know what they say. Let us know what your freakouts are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what they are. And
So don't. It's what we pasta dishes, food that's gone
bad.
bad are terrible.
Yep.
And engineers are magic.
Engineers.
That's what we've.
That's
what
the
we've figured out.
synopsis.
Well,
Thank you guys for having me on here.
absolutely.
It was fun and funny.
That was
Welcome back
that
anytime.
was much better than last episode. Yeah. So as always, we don't have an outro, and we'll see you later.